In the chaotic skies of the Pacific Theater during WWII, air supremacy was critical, and the battle was not just fought in the skies above, but also below, where anti-aircraft weapons stood as the last line of defense. From the formidable Japanese Type 88 to the robust American Bofors, these weapons played a pivotal role in shaping the outcome of many key battles. As planes swooped down on unsuspecting targets, the roar of anti-aircraft fire became synonymous with survival. Let's explore these steel machines, starting with the weapons that held the skies at bay. The Japanese anti-aircraft arsenal. Type 88, 75mm anti-aircraft gun, triple mount. The Type 88 75mm anti-aircraft gun, often called the triple mount, was a highly effective Japanese weapon designed to combat Allied air superiority. Deployed in numerous Pacific engagements, it was famous for its relatively quick rate of fire and its ability to engage both high and low-flying aircraft. Equipped with a barrel length of 2.5 meters, it had a range of approximately 14,500 meters, though its high trajectory made hitting fast-moving targets a challenge. While it was effective, its relatively low mobility and reliance on cumbersome, poorly armored positions on land limited its effectiveness in rapidly changing combat zones. Type 96, 25mm anti-aircraft gun. The Type 96, one of Japan's most commonly used anti-aircraft guns, found its way onto countless ships and shore installations during the war. Though smaller than other pieces in the Japanese arsenal, the 25mm caliber allowed for a rapid rate of fire that proved useful in barrages against swarming Allied aircraft. However, it lacked the range and accuracy of larger guns, limiting its effectiveness against high-altitude bombers. Despite these drawbacks, the Type 96 was used extensively, often acting as a first line of defense against dive bombers and torpedo planes. Type 98, 20mm anti-aircraft gun. The Type 98 20mm gun was another standard issue for Japanese forces, mounted on various ships, planes, and ground positions. Known for its simplicity and ease of deployment, the 20mm Type 98 was capable of delivering rapid fire at a high rate, but its accuracy and range left much to be desired. Primarily used in coastal defense and aboard smaller ships, it was often employed in desperate attempts to stave off low-flying attackers. Its lack of effectiveness against high-flying bombers or fast fighters meant it was mostly relegated to secondary roles during large-scale engagements. Type 3, 37mm anti-aircraft gun. Slightly more powerful than its 20mm and 25mm counterparts, the Type 3, 37mm anti-aircraft gun was Japan's attempt to field a weapon with better range and accuracy. While not as widely used as the 25mm gun, it did find some success in repelling attacking bombers and fighters. It featured a semi-automatic loading system, making it more efficient in sustained fire. However, like many other Japanese anti-aircraft systems, its effectiveness was hampered by poor tactical deployment and the often unreliable supply lines, which made it difficult to maintain in combat. Now that we've explored Japan's defensive capabilities, let's turn our attention to the American forces and their formidable array of anti-aircraft weapons. The American anti-aircraft arsenal, M2 Browning, 250 caliber, heavy machine gun. The M2 Browning, 250 caliber heavy machine gun, was one of the most iconic weapons of WWII, serving as a primary anti-aircraft weapon for the U.S. military. Mounted on a variety of platforms, from aircraft to ships, this weapon could unleash up to 600 rounds per minute, making it highly effective against incoming aircraft. Its range of about 1,500 meters made it particularly deadly at medium ranges. However, its relatively slow rate of fire compared to some of the faster, smaller caliber guns meant it struggled to hit fast-moving, high-speed aircraft. 40mm Bofors anti-aircraft gun. The 40mm Bofors was a mainstay in the American anti-aircraft artillery arsenal, providing a balanced combination of range, accuracy, and firepower. Known for its ability to destroy both low and medium-altitude aircraft, the Bofors could fire at a rate of 120 rounds per minute and had an effective range of 2,500 meters. While incredibly successful in fleet defense and on the ground, the gun's high velocity also made it difficult to track smaller or faster targets. Despite this, its reliability and firepower helped it to become one of the most widely used anti-aircraft guns of the war. M1 90mm anti-aircraft gun. A heavier artillery piece, the M1 90mm anti-aircraft gun was designed to counter high-flying bombers. Its 90mm caliber made it formidable, with an effective range of up to 12,000 meters. While the M1 was a powerful tool, its cumbersome size and complex operation made it less flexible in rapidly shifting battles. It also required large crews and significant logistical support, making it impractical for quick deployments in some theaters. Twin .50 caliber M2 Browning machine guns. While the single M2 Browning machine gun was iconic, its twin-mounted version was even more lethal when deployed on aircraft like the B-17 Flying Fortress. The dual barrels allowed for increased firepower, delivering a steady stream of rounds capable of shredding enemy aircraft. The M2's twin-mount system became a key feature on U.S. Navy planes, especially when facing the relentless onslaughts from Japanese fighters. Having covered the American defenses, we now turn to the lesser-known, yet highly effective anti-aircraft systems used by the Allies in the Pacific. Other Allied anti-aircraft systems: QF 3.7-inch anti-aircraft gun. The QF 3.7-inch gun, used by British forces, was a prominent weapon in Pacific coastal defense and shipborne anti-aircraft duties. It could fire shells weighing up to 1.4 kilograms at a velocity capable of reaching 9,000 meters. Its impressive range made it suitable for defense against medium-altitude aircraft. However, it was still considered somewhat slow in terms of rate of fire, which hindered its ability to deal with fast, low-flying attackers. Bofors 40mm British variant. While the Bofors 40mm was widely used by American forces, the British variant had some unique features that made it stand out, particularly in naval combat. It was considered more maneuverable and was mounted on smaller, faster ships, making it effective for intercepting enemy aircraft in coastal areas. The British also improved the gun's ability to hit moving targets, giving it an edge during critical naval battles. Oerlikon 20mm anti-aircraft gun, British variant. The Oerlikon 20mm was another prominent weapon that found widespread use in the British Navy. Its small size and relatively high rate of fire made it an ideal weapon for defending ships from fast-moving Japanese bombers and torpedo planes. However, its limited range meant it could not engage aircraft at higher altitudes effectively, and it often required multiple units to suppress large formations of enemy planes. Now, let's shift gears and look at the legacy of these weapons and how they shaped the final stages of the war in the Pacific. The legacy and impact of anti-aircraft defenses on major battles. As we examine the role of these anti-aircraft weapons, it becomes clear that they were crucial in battles such as the Battle of Midway and the Battle of Leyte Gulf. In both cases, the effectiveness of these systems in slowing down or neutralizing enemy airstrikes made a significant difference in the outcome of naval engagements. Despite their technical limitations, these weapons often tipped the balance of power in favor of the defending forces. Technological evolution and post-war influence. Following the war, the anti-aircraft guns of WWII were rapidly surpassed by the advent of guided missile technology, but their legacy remained. The lessons learned from these weapons' successes and shortcomings paved the way for innovations in air defense systems during the Cold War. The technological evolution of these early anti-aircraft systems marked a significant chapter in the history of warfare, with many designs influencing later air defense strategies. The anti-aircraft weapons used in the Pacific Theater may have been outclassed by newer technologies, but their role in defending Allied forces and turning the tide of battle cannot be overstated. Next time, we'll take a deep dive into the strategic impact of WWII bombers in the Pacific. Be sure to stay tuned.